Buongiorno a tutti e bentornati a Crave. Welcome to the 5th episode of Crave, now as a podcast. I'm excited to have you with us as we start another passion season, celebrating everything from Italian culture and Italian-American lifestyle and to the San Francisco 49er football and so much more. Today is October 1st. And we are kicking off Italian-American Heritage Month. It's a time really to honor the rich history and also to really connect to our roots. It's amazing to the immigrant, Italian immigrant. Let's explore all months long and we celebrate Italian-American Heritage Month. We are also excited to have Christina Pascucci, our special guest today. She's back on Crave. And also, I'm so excited to introduce my wonderful host, Alex Lopez. And ciao, Alex.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. She brings her passion for the 49ers to Crave. We'll just, share everything about the 49ers today. Also because they won.
Yes, which we'll get into a little bit later. Mm-hmm. Definitely a very different attitude going into this 49ers update this week.
Yeah. So how are you doing today, Alex?
I'm doing, it's been a morning for me. And I just want to say, okay, I'm trying not to get emotional. It's been really hard. My grandpa passed away this morning, but nothing makes me feel more good than being at Crave. So, oh my God, I don't want to cry.
Okay, and
let me not cry.
No, and also, we are all here for you. And actually, this morning, I texted Alex and I said, if you want to take a break, if you need a day off. We can have you to a different day. You know what she said? Because she has so much passion for what she's doing. She said, no, actually, it's going to be good for me because it's going to be healing to come on Crave and talk about something I love, which is the 49ers.
Yes.
So, what else I can say?
I mean, I think, and I have to share this because I think it's another bridge that connects us in a weird way, is my grandpa came to the U.S. and he didn't know English. And he learned English through his coworkers at the garbage company who were Italian American.
I love it.
So I think that's so special. Like, it's one of those things where, like, looking back on it, it just brings a smile to my face because of where we are now and how this journey has kind of led us to this point. So, yeah, it's tough, of course, but, I know him to the point where and this is how all my family's responding is like, okay, a lot of us are going to work because that's what he would have wanted. Although Crave is not, it doesn't feel like a job, but it is in a way. Right. So there's a lot of things that I feel like, okay, like I'm on the right path and I know he's smiling.
And he's the, I know.
I'm crying. I can't help it.
Yeah, so we have a bigger responsibility also to be here for you guys. That's why Alex and I, we love so much what we're doing. So please stay tuned and, watch the show. Just to feel it. Go, on YouTube, Spotify, iHeart, Apple, our website. Because we really love what we're doing. Yes. That's what we hear. Yeah. And I know your grandpa is going to watch you. I was thinking about him this morning when I was driving, also because you like Casey.
Yeah.
I was listening to music, Rainbow. Yeah. When I think about the rainbow, I always think about, the bridge, go to the other side, has many different meaning. So I was thinking, Alex grandpa, he went to the other side, like a bridge. Yes. But I don't want to talk anymore about that because I don't want it.
Let's get the happy vibes.
And it's what? It's okay. Also, remember when we say about Crave, it's not all people think, oh, this is it's true, happy show all positive. We encourage people to find their passion, or if you have a passion, come here, share with us. But also, we are human, we go through things in life as well. And it's okay to share your emotions. It's a part of a passion as well. You're sharing your emotion with your audience. I think it's beautiful.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yes.
I feel like myself last season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes.
So for me, I have a mixed feeling today, also because I'm very connected, with my coworker, Alex. So I was feeling sad this morning. I didn't know how, I was thinking, I don't know how to, move through my day.
Yeah.
But then we're here, we made it.
Yes.
In the other side, I'm really happy because October 1st, I was really craving to change, the change up to exploring the Italian Heritage Month and share this with you, with all of you. So I was really craving about that. And it's here we are, October 1st.
Here we are. It feel like it just came by. So September flew by, and
Yeah.
now we're here, and all of these events are going to happen for
Right.
Italian Heritage Month. And of course, here on Crave, we're going to celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are celebrating, and also we have, like so many new things coming. And I'm so excited.
It's going to be a
But
good month.
It's going to be good. Crave is sponsored by Alice Baker Inc., a family-run business with over 30 years of experience in fashion industry. They offer unique clothing for every age and every size, always going to extra mile for their customers. Visit them in Novato or online at www.alicebakerinc.com. And I love my sweater. Cashmere, kind of little, it's going to be very hot today, but
Yes.
I'm wearing
But
this
it looks
beautiful,
so
right,
good.
color. So check the store, check the sweater.
Yes.
And also my necklace.
Love it. I love it.
Necklace.
I'm obsessed with this jean. Like, look, first of all, the red peeking through. Stop it. Stop it right now. The white jean
Right.
jacket, the red tank top. I feel very bright, very colorful compared to the past 2 weeks, which I love still. But in my black, like, leather jacket and you know what I mean? So I'm
Right.
excited to incorporate my other lovely 49ers red and white.
Today we are so excited to welcome Christina Pascucci for the second time. When she last joined us in 2024, she was running for the U.S. Senate in California. So much has happened since. Christina, an Emmy Award-winning journalist, has reported from over 100 countries and all 7 continents. This year she welcomed her daughter Alexandra and spent the summer in Italy. We can't wait to hear about her experience, what next for her, and a reflection after the campaign. Christina, welcome to Crave.
Thank you. I'm doing well. I'm in the crazy world of having a newborn. Well, she's 6 months now, but it feels like life is taking on a whole new meaning, to say the least.
So, Christina, last time you were on Crave, you were running for the U.S. Senate in California. How has life been since the campaign, and what are you focused now?
Thanks for asking. So, I mean, Alessandra, my daughter, was born just weeks after the campaign. And so it feels like there hasn't been much time to sit and reflect as I'd like it. We went from 0 to 60, jumping into the U.S. Senate campaign, and then, a whole other race when she was born.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been really good. I think the campaign did highlight a lot of things for me that maybe I realized as a journalist, but it took it to a whole new level. And so now, because of what I saw during the campaign with our broken systems and how hard it is for candidates who aren't part of these certain systems, to get into office or even to have their message heard. I was very lucky in my campaign. I think we got something like $50 million worth of earned media. And maybe that was partially because, my message was resonating and I had a history in media. And so I'm very grateful for that. But for the 25 other candidates who people didn't even know who they were, I saw that there is definitely room for improvement when it comes to our elections. And so, as I'm moving forward, I'm just really committed to, especially now that my daughter's born, I was already feeling inspired to run because I wanted to make the future better for her. Now that she's here, I feel that tenfold. So I'm really focused on working on the issues I care about most, things like democracy and disinformation, and making sure that families are supported early on, whether it's through paid family leave or education. The list goes on and on, but also our broken food system in the U.S. That's something I've really developed an extra passion for since my daughter was born, because there's just so many issues, and I'm sure we'll talk about that more in depth later.
Yeah,
But
also
anyway,
because we enter in
and
the Italian month, Christina, Italian Heritage Month today. So
yes,
yes, welcome really. So because you just mentioned you recently became a mother to your daughter Alexandra, beautiful by the way. I follow
thank
you on
you.
social media, and you spent also a summer in Italy. How
Hmm.
was the experience? And also any special moment or story like the one with the mushroom? I watch you, the mushroom hunting you posted. So anything you want to share with our
Oh
audience?
my gosh. Yes,
I
so
love that.
much I want to share.
Hmm.
First off, I highly recommend traveling with your child when they are very young, because they don't move much, they sleep a lot, whether it's doing a road trip to a, national park, or going to Italy in our case. She and because Europe is so much more compact, we were able to take her also to France, and she went to
Beautiful.
Malta and San Marino. She's been,
Wow.
several countries now, and our goal was to hopefully make her adaptable and just be exposed to the world and different cultures. And we
Hmm.
want her to be a citizen of humanity, someone who's open-minded and embraces other people who think differently. So that was our initial attempt to plant that seed.
Yeah.
And when we were in Italy, something that came up was, I recently discovered I have a horrible gluten allergy, and that was really brought to the surface during my pregnancy. And when I was in Italy, it was fascinating because I ate so much pizza and pasta, and I had no eczema flare ups. I also had blood work done before and after leaving for Italy and coming back, and my A1C levels, which measure, like your tendency to be pre-diabetic or move toward that
Hmm.
direction, they went way down. I lost a couple pounds. What else? I just it was crazy to see that, and I
Hmm.
started doing more and more research, and it's just the quality of ingredients there is so much better, and the things we allow in the U.S. food system in terms of ingredients and artificial dyes and Roundup weed killer and so many of our products is really unacceptable. I mean, even in children's Tylenol, they allow red 40, which is a carcinogen. Corn syrup can cause a whole host of diseases. That's in a bunch of children's products. I mean, to me, it's unacceptable. This is even legal, and it's no
Wow.
wonder that the U.S. has so many health problems.
Is like I tell everybody, Alex, what many times I
Yes.
say I can have a pasta in Italy every day. I can have a gelato. I can eat anything I want. Coming back here, I'm losing weight and I feel so healthy. I can even like eat a plate of pasta here.
Yeah, it's
Unbelievable, Christina.
crazy. And you asked about some special moments too in Italy, and I love that country so much. I feel like you could explore it for months and still not see everything. It's so different in the north to the south. And we went truffle hunting, which was really cool, which is, a dying art. But we found this guy who comes from generations of truffle hunters, and he took us to find some black truffle because white truffle wasn't in season yet, and it was delicious. And just a really cool experience going into the Italian forest. And then we also took Alessandra on a hike up an active volcano in Sicily that had a pretty big eruption the day after we hiked it, and it thwarted travel to and from the airport in Sicily. So we just dodged a bullet.
That's you kind of confirm exactly what I've been saying to everybody. Because when I go to Italy, I can eat anything I want. Here, I have to really be careful.
Yeah, it's so
I
sad.
can't. Yeah,
There's
yeah.
glyphosate, which we use in a lot of our food, and it doesn't even
Hmm.
have to be labeled. And so people think they're eating something that's healthy, but it contains wheat that's been treated with Roundup weed killer, and it's incredibly toxic
Wow.
and harmful to people. It's causing a lot of autoimmune diseases across the states. And not only that, but they put a lot of these horrible ingredients into children's Tylenol. Red 40 is a known carcinogen. Corn syrup causes or creates, a whole host of diseases and contributes to them. And that's in a lot of children's products too. And so I'm just really shocked a lot of this is even legal.
I know. I really hope you can bring some awareness to many people they don't know, actually.
Yeah,
That's why my next question is, you know how much I wanted you were Winnie, by the way.
thank you.
Do you see yourself running for the office again in the future? Please say yes.
Thank you for saying that. I think so at some point in my life I would like to. I mean, I really saw this as um, it's one race, and a lot of people who run don't win their first race. You think of even former President Obama. He always talked about how he lost his first race, and so it's really part of like a journey as opposed to one race, in my opinion. And so that's why I'm so grateful for people who have supported me along the way, because it's a long term game. It's not just the quick few months that I spent running for U.S. Senate. And making change takes time. So the fight continues, and right now my focus will be on the ground, making a difference with those issues before I decide to run again, if that happens. Which I think at some point it will, because I'm fighting for Alessandra now, right?
Yes, she's so adorable, by the way.
Thank you.
She's like a baby doll,
I'm
really. Like a
biased, but
little.
I agree.
Yeah. Alex, you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, you've balanced roles as like a journalist, motherhood, politician. How have you managed like everything for people that may be overwhelmed with balancing their personal life and their career?
Not well. I'm just kidding. It's tough. It's a constant battle, especially now as a mom. You have mom guilt. You wonder, am I doing enough? Am I giving her, all the attention that she deserves and she needs, while I'm putting this energy toward waging a war on issues that I care about? And I think at the end of the day, you have to have grace with yourself and just know that you're doing your best, and also be very laser and intentional with your time. So anything extra that you do, even if it's 20 minutes, you have to know that it's in alignment with what you're fighting for overall. And so that has been a big focus for me.
So at Crave, we love exploring passions. As you know, been here the second time. With everything you're juggling, what's another passion that motivate you?
Oh gosh. Well, I think, just inspiring the next generation of leaders to do what is right because it is the right thing to do. So, yesterday I went and I spoke to a bunch of high schoolers and some of the student council in particular. And we were talking about what they could do to, like make students feel seen, make them feel heard, spread kindness, make kindness cool, and create an anti-bullying campaign. I think we need to create more incentives for people to see the humanity in one another. And so that's something I'm really passionate about, especially as my daughter will enter into school and be exposed to those things potentially, which is really
I,
scary and sad to think about. I hope there's no bullying, but like we have to
I know,
build bridges. And so that's something I'm
right.
very passionate about.
We are so grateful for what you've been doing. Thank you so much, Christina, for everything.
Oh, thank you for saying that. Thank you for what you do. And journalism is more important than ever as well. And so fighting disinformation, making sure that in this era of AI that propaganda is set straight. You have such an important role, and so I thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Perfect. Yay.
Let's get into this 49ers update. And oh my gosh, am I glad that it's a good one. Well, there is some not so good news, but we'll get into that a bit later. So let's start with the good. The Niners' 2-game losing streak is over with them beating the New England Patriots 30-13. Knock on wood.
Yay.
There will be no more losing streaks again this season, or like I can't with that. The Niners are also 2-0 at home, and in my opinion, there's nothing quite like going to a game like that. I mean, okay, it's neck and neck with going to a game where you're playing your rival team and you're like destroying them. Last year, for example, with the Cowboys, Week 5, that was like one of those games. It was like 42-10. And I want that to happen again this year with the Cowboys and the Chiefs because they're, you know how I feel about them. But anyways, since last week's 49ers injury update, George Kittle and Debo were both cleared to play. And you guys, that George Kittle touchdown. Wow. Seeing it live, just incredible. And if you didn't know, he's one of my absolute favorite players. Like I have in my car car air freshener of George Kittle. And I just love it so much.
She also has a palace.
Another one of my favorite players is Brock Purdy, who had another amazing game. Literally, I was sitting there in my seat, and I went on Twitter, and I was like, Brock Purdy is rocking my world right now. Those deep throws, him using his legs, he literally scored 3 touchdowns in one drive because the refs called back 2, which don't get me started on the refs. I was so angry. I like feel bad for the people sitting next to me because I was yelling so much and I couldn't control what I was saying. I mean, I was also yelling when the defense was on the field, like, you know, what you're supposed to do. I love football. Okay. The defense really stepped it up this week, especially our defensive line that had a total of 6 sacks. One of them from Samantha's favorite, another one of my favorites, Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
He also forced a fumble after the sack that he recovered. And there were actually a couple other forced fumbles. And one of the plays of the game, if not the play of the game, was Fred Warner's pick 6. I almost want to play the video I took so that everybody could hear how loud I was yelling. Like, my voice, I'm not kidding. I was yelling I did not stop and then yell again. I was yelling the entire, like, a minute. Fred Warner is my defensive player of the year and should be the defensive player of the year. I don't care that we're in week 4. I don't care. It was a good win. But like Kyle said in the post game, when you win and you know you can play a lot better, that is a good thing. So it's very crucial, these next 2 games against the Cardinals and Seahawks, that we win because they're division games. And I'm not going to talk about the special teams, which is still a problem. But I feel like the not so good news is coming from the 49ers injury update. We should come up with I feel like we need a jingle because I hate this mini segment so much. And it would bring me joy to have like a little jingle update. I don't know.
We can do that.
We can come up with something. Okay. Fred Warner.
I should have one for the Italian American heritage.
Yes. Okay. Fred Warner, his ankle, George Kittle ribs, Jordan Elliott knee, Jacob Cowing shoulder, Chris Conley oblique, and Kyle Juszczyk shoulder are all day today, which is the best news scenario that I could get out of this.
Right.
Here's the thing that I'm very I don't even know what to say. It was announced yesterday, so Monday, September 30th, that CMC has been experiencing bilateral Achilles tendonitis. So in both legs.
Wow.
You can't make it up. You can't make this up. According to Kyle, the condition is more concentrated in one leg than the other. But I was I wish you could have seen me just staring at my screen yesterday, just being in complete and utter shock. I have no idea what the timeline is for him to be back. Some people think November. With this news, who really knows? I'm glad Jordan Mason has been kind of holding it down. But I miss seeing Christian McCaffrey on the field. He just has he's another one of my favorite players because he just has this like athleticism with, so special.
How long is going to be off?
We don't know. People are guessing, well, before people were guessing November. Some people thought he was going to be out for the entire year
until January.
Season.
Oh, wow.
Like a doctor, it was a whole drama.
The doctor recommended.
A doctor saw and thought, and then a 49ers outlet reported, and then people were like, oh my gosh, it's over. But he didn't confirm, and the team didn't confirm with that. So, we really have no idea.
And it's not his fault, right? Because when if the doctor says you need to take a break.
Well, that's why he went to Germany to see.
If it was a different option, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
so. I don't know.
That's interesting, actually.
CMC, please get better. But also, I'm glad, like I said, Jordan Mason's there. He's holding it down. He's doing incredible. So I miss seeing him, though. So, yeah. That's my update for today.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, George Kittle, I know is one of your favorites,
yes.
and Samuel,
yes.
right? Play after their injury. And Kittle really played so well, had an incredible touchdown.
Yeah.
How much of an impact do you think they will have to move forward?
Both of them huge. I know that Kyle loves incorporating Debo, which it worries me slightly because I don't want something similar to happen like with CMC with what he's going through, because Kyle kind of pushed that on him a lot. Well, I don't think CMC mind, but you know what I mean? It's like you have a lot of these other players and you want to be able to distribute to all of them and get them all involved and incorporated. So, but I feel like Debo and Kittle are very much the heart of this team. And I think having them back and the connections that they have with Brock, it's going to be really important moving forward.
There's another player I really like.
Love him. Did you see him waving and saying, "Hi, Mom"?
I love the family. I really love the family. So I don't know about him and Bosa. I have to still decide.
Yeah, you have to go back and forth.
So with the Niners now 2-0 at home, okay, how important do you think that home field advantage is for the rest of the season?
Okay, so I might say a somewhat controversial opinion. But this is the thing. Last season, and I said this on Eric Crocker's morning show, last season, we were the number 1 seed. We were the division champs. We were the NFC champions. And we still, we had the home field advantage. And we still didn't get to our ultimate goal, which is to be Super Bowl champions. So as a season ticket holder that goes to every home game, would I love to have home field advantage and to see them go to playoffs and do all that? Of course. But also I don't think it's the end of the world if it's not like that. If they end up having to be a wild card, and have to go to other, stadiums and play. But, it's on them too, because also you think of the travel element. Say we play, I don't know, the Lions, and we have to go to Detroit and that whole process. So, of course, also for them, it's easier to be at home and not have to worry about that element, but you never know.
You never know.
We went to Green Bay in 2021. I believe we were wild card, and we beat the number 1 Packers, in the freezing cold. So you never know.
Thank you so much, Alex. And I can't wait to stay tuned with Alex next week. And I can't wait to hear more. They're going to play this Sunday?
Yes, this Sunday at home. We're playing the Cardinals. And then we're playing Thursday Night Football in Seattle.
Wow, it's a lot to talk about.
Yes, yes.
Okay, don't miss next week.
Don't miss it.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to our 5th episode of our 5th season. Follow us on Instagram at crave.show and tune in every week for a new episode. We're also on Apple Music, Spotify, iHeart, and YouTube. Also, be sure to check out our website, www.craveshow.com.
Ciao, stay tuned for next week e ci vediamo a presto.